today. Thank you for being here. Everyone present here today has been asked to present a negative COVID test prior to this debate. Each candidate has the same equal amount of time to answer questions. No candidate has received any questions in advance or prior to this debate. All candidates will be able to give their opening and closing statements and remarks. Opening statements and questions will be asked in order of which they appear in the ballot. Each candidate appears in the ballot. The questions for tonight's event have been derived from our debate committee members. All candidates have been and have the prerogative to wear a face mask if they wish to do so throughout the debate. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Vice Chair for Webb County SD 21 Tejano Democrats, Ms. Ana Cavazos Ramirez. Also here with us present is Youth Chair Jose Pepe Arriazola. Our timekeepers is Ms. Judy Gutierrez and Ms. Sylvia Palumbo here with us present today. Thank you very much, everyone, for making this possible. At this time, we would like to start with Ms. Cindy Liendo for an intro. You have 1 minute for your introduction, ma'am. Go ahead.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to the Webb County Tejano Democrats for this invitation to be here tonight and to be able to participate in this debate along with 24/7 Laredo. Thank you so much. And of course, to all of the viewers who are watching us online, thank you for taking the opportunity to learn more about your candidates. I'm your Commissioner, Cindy Liendo. I currently sit in the office of Commissioner for Precinct 4, and I'm very proud of the work that we have done the last 3 years. It has been a challenging time, but we have been able to continue to bring the services that our Webb County community needs and deserves. We have started many capital improvement projects like the new Sheriff's Administrative Building, the renovations to the Constable Precinct 4 office, a new detox center, along with other quality of life improvements like improvements to our golf course, the Webb County Fairgrounds, and many other projects that have helped us continue to serve the needs of Webb County. I humbly ask for your support. I ask you to look into all of the qualifications and vote for Cindy Liendo on March 1st.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Cindy Liendo, for your introduction. At this time, please let me welcome for an introduction. You have 1 minute, sir, Mr. Ricky Jaime.
Good evening. My name is Ricardo Jaime. I want to go ahead and thank the Webb County Tejano Democrats. This is our second debate. I am a person that was born and raised in the west side of Laredo. I am a product of Farias Christian Martin High School. I have been working since the age of 13, and I've held numerous jobs. I have been working for the city for the last 20 years as a fireman, and I own a private ambulance business, and we've been doing the 911 for Webb County these last 11 years. I'm also a bail bondsman, and I've been doing that for the last 18. I feel I bring a wide variety of experience. I feel that I've dealt with every department in the county, and I think I bring a unique insight to this position.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ricky Jaime, for your introduction. At this time, we'll begin our debate. I want to pass the microphone to our Vice Chair, Ms. Ana Cavazos Ramirez. Ana?
Thank you, Eduardo. To the candidates, our questions were derived from a group of Tejano Democrats and a committee. These questions were submitted. We have picked just a few to fill the 30 minutes tonight. And so without further delay, we're going to ask the questions in the order that you appear on the ballot. And so on the ballot, first question goes to Ms. Liendo. And you have 1 minute to answer. Ms. Liendo, the salary for the commissioner position is approximately $96,000 plus stipends for car allowance, health benefits, etc., for a total substantially over $100,000. Shouldn't the taxpayers expect the office holder to devote no less than full-time to this position? And are you a full-time commissioner?
Thank you. Yes, I am a full-time commissioner, and the number is a little bit off because we do receive the 94,000, but there are no stipends for car allowance or any stipends added to that. However, I do believe that it is a full-time position. A lot of times that takes more than the 8 hours during the day. This is a 24-hour position where it entails us making sure that we go out to our community centers, go out to the ranches, the county roads, and just making sure that we are delivering hands-on accessibility to our constituents.
Thank you. Question to Mr. Hyman. Again, the salary for the commissioner position is about $96,000 plus stipends for car allowance, health benefits, et cetera, for a total of substantially over $100,000. Shouldn't the taxpayers expect the office holder to devote no less than full-time to this position? You have several ongoing businesses, which you've mentioned in your intro. Will you be a full-time commissioner, and how will you manage that so that the commissioner's job is your top priority? And furthermore, avoid conflicts of interest between your businesses and Webb County?
So I think it's a very good question. I think the salary is overinflated. I am giving up my businesses to go ahead and, if I were to go ahead and be lucky enough to go ahead and get elected, there is a big conflict of interest, not only on the ambulance business that I have with the obvious contract that I have with the county, but also as a bail bonds person. I don't have to give up my company as a bondsman, but I choose to go ahead and do so because of the possible conflict of interest with not only the district attorney's office, but also with the district judges, district clerks and pretrial services, which are the, bail bonds person's biggest competitor. And I feel that if I have oversight with their budgetary positions, then, I definitely need to remove myself from that. Thank you.
Buenas noches, candidatos. La primera pregunta que tenemos va a ser para el señor Jaime.
Mhm.
Señor Jaime, aparentemente todo el condado de Webb, pero especialmente el precinto 4, se ha dado cuenta del efecto de las emisiones cancerígenas de una planta de esterilización en Mines Road. ¿Qué está haciendo o qué piensa hacer para mitigar los daños que ahora se están causando a sus electores?
La última corte de comisionados que tuvieron el pasado martes, lunes, tuvieron they had an item on the agenda where they went ahead and created a committee to go ahead and look into. They went ahead and reported that in July, they were expecting for new guidelines for the EPA to go ahead and show. There really isn't anything that anybody could do right now because it is, they're in compliance with EPA, but it is a big concern in reference to emissions with trucks and, the situation that we are a trucking community. I think that we need to do a better job by planting more trees and making it more green. I know that Mexico City did that. They went ahead and, attended to that issues on emissions, years back.
Okay. Thank you. Comisionada, la misma pregunta y se la voy a repetir. Aparentemente todo el condado de Webb, pero especialmente el precinto 4, se ha dado cuenta del efecto de las emisiones cancerígenas de una planta de esterilización en Mines Road. ¿Qué está haciendo usted o qué piensa hacer para mitigar los daños que ahora se están causando a sus electores?
Hace unos meses nos dimos cuenta de lo que estaba pasando. Este negocio ha estado aquí en nuestra comunidad por muchos años, pero nadie se había dado cuenta del daño que nos estaba haciendo a nuestra comunidad. Ahorita ellos están reportando unos números que están bajo los niveles que deben de causar que la gente se alarme. Pero eso no quiere decir que esos niveles están, que son buenos. Necesitamos nosotros trabajar con el Estado, trabajar con nuestro gobierno federal para asegurar que estemos agarrando los números correctos y saber exactamente qué está saliendo a nuestra comunidad. Hemos visto que estas emisiones pueden causar cáncer. Yo estoy en el comité de Clean Air Laredo para trabajar en asegurarnos que estos niveles se estén reportando correctamente y que la información salga a nuestra comunidad para que estén informados.
Thank you. The next question goes to Commissioner Liendo. Webb County has programs for rent and utility assistance. One of the complaints that we have heard is that it takes over 2 months from the time a resident calls requesting assistance to the time they even get an appointment with someone in the program staff. 2 months is a long time to wait when you're facing eviction or a utility cutoff. What are you doing or what can you do to provide assistance faster to your constituents?
I think this is a great question, and this is a great program that the county offers through our CAA program. The CAA office is located at one of the Precinct 4 community centers at 520 Reynolds, the Fernando Salinas Community Center. And we know that it takes a while, but it's a process that everybody has to go through in order to make sure that they meet the qualifications for these funds. What we do encourage is for everybody to come in early. If you know that you're struggling, come in and make an appointment so that you can find out what documents you're going to need. Call ahead of time so you know what to bring in and facilitate that process to make it faster. What we are doing is making sure that we get the information out to our constituents on a timely basis so they know that the programs are available. A lot of times people, when they get into a desperate situation, they start looking for programs, and then that's when it's a little bit too late to wait those 2 months. But if we let them know that the programs are available, then whenever the situation starts to occur, they know to prepare and they know they have somewhere to go.
Thank you. Same question to Mr. Hyman, and I'll repeat that. Webb County has programs for rent and utility assistance. One of the many complaints we've heard is that it takes over 2 months from the time a resident calls requesting assistance to the time they even get an appointment. 2 months is a long time to wait when you're facing eviction or a utility cutoff. What are you doing, or what can you do, rather, if elected, to provide assistance faster to your constituents?
I think the biggest concern that we have as a community is that the information is not accessible to the public. Most people are getting their eviction notices to the JP courts. The programs that they're following through with is from the Texas Legal Aid. They also have a similar program in where they go ahead and fund. The landlord is getting paid faster. But the biggest deal is educating the public, and I think that you could go ahead and touch on the subject of COVID, vaccine, evictions, and the list goes on and on. I think that we could do better as a community to go ahead and educate the public.
Muchas gracias, Mr. Jaime. Esta pregunta es para usted. ¿Hay familias que en estos momentos están viviendo en establos de caballos y casas móviles y estructuras en ruinas en Mines Road, el área de Peñitas? Señor Jaime, ¿estaba usted al tanto de esta situación y qué haría para mejorar la situación de vida de estos residentes del Precinto 4?
Pienso que hay mucha oportunidad para ayudar a la gente. Por muchos años le asistí al juez Oscar Martínez con un programa que tenía que se llamaba Operation Rio. Era un programa donde los jóvenes que se encontraban en problemas en la escuela, él reclutaba fondos y iban y comenzaban a hacer arreglos para las casas. Los retratos todavía están colgados ahí en la corte del señor juez Pepe Salinas, donde enseñaban las casas cómo estaban y cómo se repararon. Pienso que hay la manera de recurrir fondos y hay personas en la comunidad que están dispuestos de ayudar. Sé que son muchas casas, pero lo podemos atender una casa a la vez.
Muchas gracias. Comisionada, igualmente hay familias que viven en establos de caballos y casas móviles y estructuras en ruinas en Mines Road y el área de Las Peñitas. ¿Qué ha hecho usted en sus 3 años en el cargo para mejorar la situación de vida de estos residentes del Precinto 4?
Gracias, José. Sí, estoy muy bien informada de los estables y hemos estado allí con los residentes de ese área muchas veces. Lo que pasa es que ellos trabajan allí, así es que viven en los estables y luego se van a trabajar y es nomás su ser como han hecho su vida. Pero lo que nosotros hemos hecho para ayudarles es les llevamos comida cuando hay food drives que a veces no pueden ir ellos a las distribuciones, nosotros lo llevamos para allá a los estables para ayudarles con un poco de comida, con aguas. También cuando tuvimos las vacunas, los llevamos para allá, para los estables, porque sabemos que no tienen transportación. Así es que nosotros yo tengo y mi staff de Penitas de Fred Anita Bruni Community Center, tenemos una relación muy buena con las personas que viven allí y siempre estamos tratando de ayudarles lo más que se pueda. Y muchos de ellos vienen al centro comunitario también para los servicios que se ofrecen ahí.
Thank you. This question goes to Commissioner Liendo. This past year, the Commissioners Court passed a multi-million-dollar bond package to build, among other things, a huge complex at Life Downs. The Commissioners Court has indicated that there will be no tax increase to pay for the structures. But how do you intend to pay for the maintenance and operation after it's built? How much more money will be needed to maintain these buildings? How many more employees will need to be added to the county payroll? And how will you pay for these?
Well, the construction of the Webb County Fairgrounds is going to take a little bit of time. It is proposed to be a $45 million project, but right now in working with our construction manager, we're looking at hopefully reducing that cost by millions of dollars. We do realize that once it's built, there will be an additional maintenance and operation cost that's going to come in, but we have a couple of years to plan for that. I do believe that this is a great quality of life issue. We need to add more quality of life opportunities here in our community. And so I believe the Webb County Fairgrounds are needed for us to be able to bring more entertainment and, of course, a lot of the educational opportunities that continue to happen at the fairgrounds as well.
Thank you. Mr. Jaime, same question. This past year, the Commissioners Court passed a multi-million-dollar bond package to build a large complex at Life Downs. The Commissioners Court has indicated there will be no tax increase to pay for the structures. But how would you intend to pay for the maintenance and operation after it's built? How much more money will be needed to maintain these buildings, and how many more employees will need to be added to the county payroll, and how will these be paid for? Mr. Hyman, knowing that this will be a situation to be faced by the next commissioner, what is your answer?
I think we need to go ahead and pay the employees, right? And we need to go ahead and have the employees to attend to the facility. So yes, there is going to be growth in government. I think the kids will enjoy the new project. I am a person that grew up trying to save money, and the little that I have, I've earned it. I would have rather spent that money with a different project. Personally, I feel that we need to go ahead and start talking about building a bridge. I think it'll go ahead and address the issue of traffic congestion in Mines Road. I honestly believe that we should talk about a hospital district, and I'm not talking about a district proposing a new tax. I'm talking about a bridge creating revenue to go ahead and fund, the possible new Veterans Hospital or Children's Hospital.
Thank you.
Mr. Jaime, esta pregunta es para usted. Empezamos con usted. Durante el proceso presupuestario de este año, la Corte de Comisionados votó un aumento salarial de $14,000. Mr. Jaime, ¿está usted de acuerdo en que los comisionados deberían haberse otorgado este aumento? ¿Y tiene la intención usted de aceptar el aumento si es que gana la elección?
I think, pues, si me toca la buena fortuna y llego a la posición de comisionado, tengo que recibirlo al próximo año cuando se hablen del budget, pues estoy dispuesto de regresar para atrás a la cantidad que teníamos. Pienso que es una oficina que tienes que darle servicio al público y no tanto que vas a tener que mantener tu casa. He hecho decisiones en mi vida donde estoy ahorita en una posición que quiero dar para atrás a la comunidad, so no espero de tener una carrera de muchos años aquí, más quiero venir a hacer algo bien para la comunidad.
Jaime. Comisionada, igual la pregunta, durante el proceso presupuestario de este año, la Corte de Comisionados votó un aumento salarial de $14,000. ¿Por qué cree que los comisionados y usted merecen este aumento?
Gracias, José. Este aumento se dio este año. Ya habían habido varios años donde un comité que ve los salarios de los comisionados, de todos los oficiales electos, y estaban viendo que la cantidad que del salario era bajo. Entonces, por varios años decidimos no hacer el aumento. Este año se decidió recibirlo y como todas las otras oficinas, pues es un aumento del costo de la vida. Entonces, todos los costos siguen subiendo y entonces los salarios los aumentamos no nomás para los comisionados, pero también para otras oficinas.
The last question, at this point of the debate, each of you will get to ask one question of your opponent, and they have 1 minute to answer that question. We simply ask that you keep the question professional. So the question, Ms. Liendo, will be from you first to Mr. Jaime.
I really don't have a question for Mr. Jaime. I mean, I think I have known him for a couple of years, so I know, that he's a good person. And I really wasn't prepared to ask him anything this evening.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Jaime?
The same thing.
Mhm.
Thank you. And it's refreshing to hear two opponents have such respect for each other and courtesy. Thank you. I want to thank you all both. This is the end of our questioning. We want to thank you all both for participating in this debate. The goal of our organization, the Tejano Democrats, is to educate the public on the issues and on the candidates and where the candidates stand on some of the issues so that they are better informed voters. Since this is the end of our question and answer session, we simply want to remind the voters that early voting starts February 14th and continues until February 25th, that Election Day is March the 1st, and that it's imperative that you exercise your right to vote, to have your voice and your choice heard. And since this is the end of our debate, I'm now going to pass it on to our moderator for the commencement of closing comments by the candidates.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You just heard from the candidates. It's very interesting. We're very motivated and, of course, excited for this race. At this time, we will hear the closing remarks and statement from Commissioner Cindy Liendo. Up to 1 minute, Commissioner.
Thank you. Once again, thank you everybody who's watching online, and of course to the Tejano Democrats for putting on this debate, and to Mr. Jaime for being here to engage in our civic duty. We want for our constituents to be informed and to make the best decision based on the qualifications and the platform that we bring to you. I offer my experience as a commissioner to you. I promise to continue to work hard in making sure that we reach out to our constituents. I think at the end of the day, what matters is making sure that our citizens are informed and that they feel that they can come into the office and share their ideas, share their concerns. And that is one thing that I am very proud to say that I have been able to do. Our community centers, when we started, had very low attendance, and now the attendance has just tripled in all three of them because they feel comfortable and they want to have that access. And we feel good about being able to have that one-on-one connection with the constituents. So please go out and vote on March 1st. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Cindy Liendo, for those closing remarks. At this time, we will hear from candidate Mr. Ricky Jaime for closing remarks up to 1 minute, sir.
So I want to go ahead and thank everybody that took the time to go ahead and see this debate. It is important to go ahead and be aware of the issues that are on hand. I can only go ahead and say that I'm running with the best intentions. I am planning on giving up, things that I have built, and I think that my intentions are noble. I have been frequently visiting county offices since I was in the age of 18. I've dealt with every department in the county. I think that the platform that I go ahead and present, I think it's accomplishable. I am a person that wants to see the county move forward with growth. I believe in debt, but smart debt. And I think that we need to go ahead and start making better decisions. I'm not in it for the money. I'm planning on going ahead and, making the best decisions for the county. So, we could all go ahead and enjoy a better quality of life. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ricky Jaime, for your closing remarks. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes today's and tonight's debates. And of course, we want to remind the public that early voting starts February 14th, and it's all the way to February 25th. That's early voting. And of course, election day, it's March the 1st. Please go out to vote. Let's, believe in our democracy. Let's be part of our democracy. We're excited for this race and for many other races. We encourage everyone to go out to vote. And of course, es un placer estar con ustedes esta noche y decirles que a nombre de Eduardo Chapa, su servidor, de Misana Cavazo Ramírez, de José Pepe Resola, Miss Judy Gutiérrez, Silvia Palombo, agradecer a 24/7 y a Liquid Studio por su participación en colaboración con los Tejano Democrats. La voz del pueblo está aquí para representarlo usted siempre, día y noche. Los demócratas, especialmente Webb County SD 21 Tejano Democrats, estamos orgullosamente siendo parte de este debate, llevarlos para usted para que se informe y haga una decisión consciente y participe. Es muy importante que vaya a votar. Febrero 14 empiezan las votaciones anticipadas y se extiende hasta el 25 de febrero y el día de la elección es marzo 1. No se le olvide votar. Muchas gracias por estar con nosotros esta noche. Mi nombre es Eduardo Chapa. Buenas noches.